All right, y'all, let's get to business. So last night I went out. BET had a premiere party here in Atlanta for their new reality TV show, Ink, Paper, Scissors. The party was phenomenal. You know, all of the right people were in the building. The show was phenomenal. Y'all check out the show. Really good time. While at the party, though, drinking up as much of them people free effing vodka as I could not help but notice there was a disproportionate amount of females in the room that basically walked off the Instagram pages or walked off the pages of reality TV digest and into the party. And what do I mean by that? Y'all know the chick, you know, the Instagram model type, the 40 inches of weave, the all purple matching Versace head to toe with the gaudy bag, the one with the super flat stomach and the waist of a 12-year-old but the ass of a 35-year-old Miss Parker. That girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going out in public but I have to go get a professional makeup job done. That chick, there was an overwhelming, disproportionate amount of women in the room that fit that profile. Now, you know, let me be fair and say that yes, I was not at the National Convention of Black Lawyers. Look at where I was. I was at a premiere party for a reality TV show. So perhaps, you know what I'm saying, that profile was fitting for the occasion. And I totally agree with that. However, what bothered me about it was there was a disproportionate amount of women in the room who were college educated, who were professional, who had well-to-do husbands, who are figures in the community, who have seemed to now have drank the Kool-Aid and have made the conversion. And during that time at the party, I couldn't even enjoy the show because the wheels of my brain were just racing. And I was thinking to myself, you know, why is it that this female, the small waist, Giuseppe wearing, long weave having, reality TV show-esque, Instagram-esque female, why is it that she has 9 million followers, 2 million followers, 890,000 followers on Instagram and other social media outlets? Then it made me think, it's not other females like them that is following them, because fact of the matter is, the average bitch can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? The average person walking this earth cannot afford to walk out of the house with $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 or sometimes more worth of clothes on. Not the working, not somebody who get up off their ass and go to work every day and punch in for the man. They cannot afford, hell, the average person does not walk out the house with $8,000 worth of clothes on. If I had to assess a value to what the average person walks out of the house on, let's see. You might get $150 for the shoes, $80 for the pants, another $65 for the shirt. The average person, when they get dressed up, gaudy and going out, they probably got anywhere from $300 to $500 worth of clothes on. And even that is a lot when you consider how much people make on a bi-weekly basis. Nonetheless, we'll talk about socioeconomics in another video. I just found it odd that with the reality TV, Instagram-esque girl, when we start talking about, you know, the African-American community, then we start talking about affluence and disposable income and ability to obtain these items. You know, I'm willing to think that we are talking about, you know, anywhere from 1 to 5% of the population. I'll even be generous and allocate 20%, and that is being overly generous. I'll say 20%, you know, of the population can afford to just be Gucci down. Okay. But for them to have 9 and 10 and 20 million followers and so on and so forth, who are the people following these people? Then it made me think, okay, a large percentage of these people have no talent. They are not entertainers in the traditional sense. So why is it that people are following these people? You know, it's some kind of joy they get from this type. Then my mind went somewhere else and it made me say, you know, I hear people all the time talk about these girls, these women, criticize these girls, these women. Hell, I'm one of the people that do it on a regular. But yet, for some reason, you know, so many people are so enamored with them. And why? And that's the question I'm posing. Why is it that, you know, the regular girl, the around the way girl, the working class girl, why is she so enamored with the Instagram chick? So much so to the point now where, you know, people are now aspiring to be that girl. You know, I was disappointed when I looked around the room and saw women who I consider to be women of substance falling prey to that. Now, granted, when I went to Florida State University and got my degree in economics, they didn't teach me nothing about being no woman. They damn sure didn't teach me nothing about being no black woman. So I don't claim to know the social pressures that women, black women, yellow women, I don't know the pressures that women feel to subscribe to any sort of beauty standard or to fit any mold. From what I've heard, I can imagine that it's, you know, immense at times. But, you know, there also once was a time where quote unquote educated women, women cut from a certain cloth, women of a certain status just did not fall victim to certain trends. You know, there once was a time where, you know, if you dressed like this, you were considered to be a woman of class and of grandeur and of status. And if you dressed like this, you were considered to be a floozy, a whore, a video girl. And I'm not saying, you know, either form of judgment is right or wrong. I'm simply outlining facts. And facts that we have lived by for a very long time that seem to have been working for us. You know what I'm saying? There once was a time where, you know, a woman of a certain status, of a certain education level, of a certain income level, did not, try her hardest to alienate her appearance from that of, for lack of a better term, the Nicki Minaj look or the Jocelyn Hernandez look. And you know, as I'm sitting here talking to you guys and my wheels are starting to turn in my head, I'm starting to think as I talk, perhaps part of the reason why we have now gotten desensitized or more open to looking like the video girl or the Instagram girl or the reality TV girl is I guess what I'm trying to say is there once was a time where the Claire Huxtable look denoted you're winning in life. But in the world of Kim Kardashian, that's a very good example. In the world of Kim Kardashian, by whom I think has single-handedly just reorganized the way we look and view, you know, women as a whole and whatever. The Kim K look. For lack of a better term, hoes is winning. You know, we've known that for a while, but I just really didn't know how pronounced and profound this issue has become. Hoes is winning. Or what used to be known as the hoe appearance. And I think that could be part of the reason why now people aspire to look like that. Because you've got the girls on Instagram, my thoughts are flowing back now. You've got the girls on Instagram with the, $30,000 worth of pink Versace on with the long weave that are pulling up in the Aston Martins with the big purses, flashing all the money on Instagram. And so, I have a friend that has a 25-year-old daughter, and she beats me up all the time about how she's just so confused as to why her daughter doesn't have any ambition. Her and her daughter's friends, they're not trying to go to school, they're not trying to do anything. All they want to do is sit up and smoke hookah and fuck. And I had to tell her, I said, you know what? As much as we come down on them, I don't blame them, because look at the images they see. Why in the hell should any teenager right now, honestly and truthfully, look at the things they watch and the things they're involved in? Why in the hell should any rational teenager go to college when the images that they see are, I can go get me some titties, get a fat transfer out my waist, tuck it in my ass, get the longest weave I can find, some red bottoms, a bag, and spend all my financial aid outfit getting money, getting the tightest Gucci outfit I can find, and I will get a baller and live happily ever after, get a phone call from Mona Scott Young and live happily ever after, get an endorsement from AliExpress or Fashion Nova and live happily ever after, or take selfies all day on Instagram and then sell advertising. Buy one, get one special, $100, ad left up for 3 hours, advertise on my page, help grow your business and grow your followers. The fucking world we live in now. But listen, looking at that, why the hell should they stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning studying in the library, then come out in this fucked up ass economy and try to fight for a goddamn job just to make $40,000 or $50,000 a year to struggle to make ends meet? Why? Why? I mean, I look at them in judgment sometimes, but I wonder if I was 17 years old right now, looking at all that they have left to see, would I be as college focused and career driven as I was? And I'm willing to bet no. Back to the story at hand. The question that I want to pose is, why is it the around the way girl, the regular woman, the everyday chick, the chick that's sitting in the cubicle waiting on 1 o'clock for her lunch break, then coming back and having to work another 4 hours when she go home and pick up her kids, then come home and cook and do it all over again the next day? Why is that girl now so enamored with the Kim K type, the reality TV type, the Instagram type? Because I'm not going to lie to you, seeing that in that room last night, who am I? I'm a nobody. But I personally assess a negative value to that profile. And here is why. I think it's rooted in absolute nothingness. The difference between the Claire Huxtable type or, the everyday woman type versus the Kim K girl, or, and I hate to keep saying the reality TV girl, because I have a lot of friends, intimate friends, who are reality TV girls. This is not all, but I'm making a generalization, and it's one that you guys can identify with. That girl whose everything that she has is predicated on her looks, that bitch is in trouble. That bitch is honestly fighting for her life. Oftentimes, and more times than not, that girl is dumb. That girl is dumb as a box of rocks. And I am of the belief that God gives us all innately what we need to be great in this world. I feel like He all gives us that one strength or gift that could get us through life to death. For some people it's brains, for some people it's charisma, for some people it's humor, for others it is their looks. You know what I'm saying? Humans, we are biologically predispositioned to treat better, aspire to be, want to be around, want to have sex with those who are pleasing to the eye. Scientific fact. But that girl is in trouble because her entire house is predicated upon what she looks like. What happens when that girl gets old? What happens if that girl gets into a car accident? What happens if that girl gets sick? What happens if money dry up and that girl can no longer buy everything she needs to remain that girl? Then what? Then everything she has is no longer. And everybody is on to the next youngest, hottest, newest model. Versus that woman, that girl whose everything is predicated upon something a bit more substantive, such as career, brains, virtues of that caliber. She's all right. If you're a contract attorney, don't nobody give two damns what you look like. You can lose your arms. Long as you can blow into this long as you can blow into this straw or speak as it types, that girl is good. She's got, so I don't understand what has happened in our society where, brains and core values and virtues of substance are now being traded for bags, designer garments, and Instagram status, which really amounts to a whole lot of nothing. It's just weird. I don't know. I'm rambling. I just wanted to put this out there. I don't know why I'm feeling this deep in my soul today. I don't know. I'm coming down with something. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments. Let's talk about it. And I got a feeling I'll probably come back to y'all tonight with another video because I just got all kinds of random thoughts. But that was going through my mind. This is getting long. Y'all check it out. Let's talk about it. Bye.